and Clem did bring it back from being down 1-2 and then won the last 2 games to close it out. His comment just before the final map started when I said, "What time is it?" And he said, "It's 7 a.m. I am dying."
Yeah, I mean, the young blood though, you can keep it up.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to be going for a bit of a Macarax down here in the natural. It is Liquid Clem.
Certainly is. And on the far left, he's drinking. He's partying. He's a big boy. It's partying.
Was that a 13 gate or a 14 gate? That gateway seems a little early. I wasn't paying attention.
Actually, I think I've seen something about this build here where you go the earlier gas and earlier gateway. And
really fast adept. Yeah. Basically, it just allows you to mess up their command center building. It also just means, of course, if they proxy Reaper or anything, your adept gets out early enough to just shut it down, right? It's just like, oh, you can't even kill a probe. So he comes in now. Where does Parting prioritize scouting? So he's checking the main. Doesn't actually check the edge of the main. That's a bit sloppy. Sometimes they are on the far left.
It actually could be a barracks there, yeah. It's a little bit of fog war there.
The thing is, you don't want to go too far. Ah, very good scout. You don't want to go too far because you want to hang around to see if the factory goes down at home. But because he'd seen only one gas, he already knew the barracks either had to be nearby at home or he was getting proxy marauded. Like, if they're on one gas, it's like, well, he's going all in with like 2-3 barracks marine or a proxy marauder, like something very low gas and aggressive. Or it's a normal expand build made to look a bit different. Now, ooh, do you think this will be 3 racks off this concussive opening, Maynard?
I actually think that could be the right call here, but Clem is lining up to look like he wants to go for the factory next. Oh no, there's the barracks. No. He had the minerals and gas for a factory, but decided to go barracks instead. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's just one gas, right? You do this build in TVP. I did this for like a year off the Clem replay.
I don't go concussive shell first.
Well, this is the new twist.
First kind of guy.
Yeah, yes. I mean, it doesn't really change it, right? It's still the same core build, just a bit of a twist on the start, different building block, specifically to catch that adapt. The concussive shell is about to kick in. And can that adept get out of there? Concussive kicks in now. Adept cannot leave, but it can shade, and it gets out.
All right, just barely. It's good news for Parting. He got caught a little bit there, but luckily the shade is strong enough. The adept is quite tanky against marauders. But you know, this kind of build is designed to go across the map and just pick off your single gateway defense. You know, you got your one adept, you got your one stalker, and the marauder's just like, just say the word, baby, and it just starts to concussive shell them all to death as they try to pull back. And don't get to.
It's a real nice way to put on pressure, but I want to see Clem go home. Parting has actually not panicked at all. And it looks like Clem wants to just dive. But yeah, and there's a shield battery, so... Checks that the battery did go down. The stalkers can't really chase. Oh, Parting.
Oh my. That's a dead stalker. But also a dead marauder, of course.
You know what? As long as he gets 2 marauders, that's an okay trade. Yeah. Yep. He doesn't lose the second stalker, so it's actually totally fine. Marauders are very expensive units. Normally we think
50 for 250. Minerals gas. Yep.
It's weird, right? Because normally I never want to lose a stalker, but I'm like, oh, actually the marauder is basically a Terran stalker, right? I'll trade 2 for 1.
Yeah. And as a follow-up for Parting, thanks to the early Cybercore, he's got himself his access to Robo nice and quick. Twilight Council already got Blink 2/3 of the way done. And when I see Parting in a PVT and I see that Blink upgrade, I get terrified for whatever Terran's on the other side of the map.
Now, Clem actually squeezed a Marine or 2 out of this third barracks before adding the second tech lab. And you can see he wants to get that factory down without delay. The factory is so delayed with a 3 barracks build that getting down, immediately building a starport next to it and swapping onto the reactor to get Medivacs out, it's so crucial. And it's something you can see Clem never ignores here. He's up to 3 gases now as he adds that factory. So he's starting to add this money on. And I'm also curious to see if he queues up his +1 armor right after +1 attack finishes. He's actually going straight to 4 gases. So I think he's going to continue upgrades off 1 engineering bay, probably for the entire game, and just try to never miss a beat with that.
It's Marine from Clem, very important to break off a unit across the map and go for a scout, confirming that there is a 3rd base from the Protoss. So no giant 2-base aggressive attack. He will probably be making a tank or 2, but he could actually honestly just go into like a starport and start getting out of Medivac really quickly here. Like there's a lot of options for Clem. You might just get a reactor. Yeah. He goes for a reactor on the factory. So he's going to go for Medivacs and skip the tank.
Well, he just
seeing the 3rd.
Parting got a supply block. Oh no.
Ooh, ouch.
So he cancelled his Colossus and started the Disruptor, knowing he couldn't get the Colossus with the supply block. Actually, maybe... Yeah, he's opting for other units warping in. There's no Guardian Shield here. That's a lot of stim bio, Maynard. +1 is about to kick in, and Clem wants the deny.
The Observer sees this, but the +1 upgrade on these units is very, very good at killing gateway units. Clem's going for the Nexus. He's A-moving his units. There he goes.
Man.
Wants the Stalkers, wants the Sentries.
Yeah, Blink Micro is good. Already a Sentry does go down in the Stalker or so. Remember, there's no way to heal these units. That shield battery, it's only about 15 seconds away from finishing. Clem,
He should hold here thanks to the Disruptor.
Oh, nuh-uh.
Disrupt the target.
Nuh-uh.
Clem.
Oh.
I mean, he is going to have his Marauders push back, and the third will survive. But picking up the Disruptor is obviously, it's a glass half full situation here. The Terran that did put a lot of resources into that pressure.
Clem always microing his heart out there, but the Stalkers will punish on the retreat, take out all those Marauders, and it's as hard for Clem to replenish. Now, he wants to keep attacking, but it's getting dangerous, right? He's taking out some of these expensive units, and he's keeping the overall unit count low, picking off valuable Stalkers and Sentries, and it makes it a hard balancing act for Parting, but so far it feels like Parting is just walking that tightrope of adding the right amount of probes. He's adding charge, he's getting out Colossus. Of course, that Disruptor's no longer around. With the Medivacs here, it feels like the flexibility does kind of skill up here for Clem, and there's more that he can make happen.
Oh, nice force field there from Parting. Clem, thanks to this Observer from Parting, which I fucking love, by the way, because the Terran won't even see the Shimmer because it's on high ground. It's just showing that Clem is trying to just run into the natural and pick off something like a transferring Colossus or a Disruptor or something like that, like an easy to pick off tier 3 robotics unit. Okay, Clem, I think just heard the Observer. I think he might have heard the chirp.
Is right now at 43 energy on one of his orbitals, and another one about to finish. He's going to go for it as this orbital finishes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I never hear that. I've never heard that in my life.
Well, the Marauders and Marines here. He's very Marauder heavy, Clem, but there's not really a whole lot of Adepts or Zealots just yet because there's no charge. So the Marauder
Widowmine's on the
is
third.
quite good. Oh boy, I just missed that. Sorry. That was lovely from Clem. 9 probes.
I only caught it at the last second, so sorry for just kind of shouting it. I was like, I missed.
No, that's important. I'm so like tunnel visioned. I'm like horse blinded right now looking at this Marauder dance between the robotics units and the Stalkers.
Yeah, no, it's kind of scary because this makes me so nervous as either player. What if he just comes and slices you in half with force fields? What if he stims on you and gets a Colossus? The ability for top-level Terran players to kind of tread water in the Protoss territory and threaten is so intimidating. One Marauder goes down.
From Party not really catching anything. Yeah, getting the Marauder is always nice.
Widowmines in the natural.
Oh, no. Parting's pulling the probes. Oh, okay, good split. You had to split the end there, otherwise that Widowmine would have gone straight into that stacked-up pack of probes.
So right now, Clem's playing, could you please trade some of your units for my Medivac energy? Can
you micro worse, please, is what he wants.
Parting's doing a good job. Oh, Colossus in the open, though. Ooh, Clem does not need much reason to stim in there. I mean, it's actually dangerous because you get caught if he does it. Behind this, 4CC's already on the way. He's on 2-2. He's on 68 workers. How for 3 racks opening has he maintained so much pressure? He hasn't even had any big wins. But he's somehow just in his face. I don't get it.
I think, we saw signs of it against Bly, but Clem's macro is actually insane. And it feels like such a benign thing, like a superfluous thing to say. Like, everyone knows, oh, yeah, he's good. Of course his macro is good. But it's actually, like, even at this level, it is especially fantastic.
Yeah, it's like every time he's microing his units, it's really... I remember Special used to have this power to harass a lot with multi-prong and not micro any of it, but he'd never miss a beat with his macro. So even though he'd like throw away a lot of harassment units and it would look kind of silly, he'd be like forcing his opponent to like be occupied and he'd be macroing perfectly and you'd be like, oh wow, and he just like, he does so much stuff, even though it's not all perfect, he overwhelms. I feel like Clem has this ability, and that's early days Special, by the way. I feel like Clem has this ability to do that while microing perfectly as well and not ever throwing anything away. So it's just this insane mechanical prowess.
Oh, no.
Ooh, he even targeted the Prism. So smart. He knows that Parting can micro that too well, so he targets the Prism down first so that they can't dodge the projectiles.
Yeah, and now there's Colossus just out in the open, and Clem has got 2 reacted starports pumping out Vikings. In fact, using one of his opening slots in the production of the starports for a Liberator as well, just to help him out, not only with harassment, but potentially just being a part of the battle. And with Ghosts already in this army, all those Zealots, the EMPs, could also hit the sentries. The force fields are parting, can be just taken out of the equation.
Yeah, nice little EMP, but he doesn't actually have the Radius of the Sun upgrade for that yet, so it doesn't hit the entire army. A lot of those Zealots still healthy on shields. This Observer doing wonders for parting. He's just trying to hang on against this rotation, but it's 2-2 versus 1-1. Big upgrade advantage here for Clem, and that Viking count is intimidating.
Yeah, it's kind of really deleting these Colossi. I like the Archon, though, from parting, is finding a lot of splash damage against that Bio army. Reinforcements from Clem coming across from that third base on the low ground. Parting overextending a little bit here.
The Archon splash on the Vikings can be huge when they're all stacked up. You could see Parting turning around for one of those shots, but the Viking count is still good. The Bio, though, very bruised. Even though all the Colossus go down, there's just not quite enough on the ground.
Clem can take this fight. I don't know if he can take this fight. If Parting gets another warp in of charge loss, Clem's going to find it very hard to actually get into the chewy insides, this Protoss ball, the Archons, the Stalkers, that sort of thing.
And in the middle of that, he drops a Widow Mines in the third, forces Parting to pull all of his probes back. A good Disruptor shot comes out, but one Disruptor on its own is not enough to intimidate Clem.
And he instantly started 3-3 as soon as 2-2 was done. This Bio actually does have a 2 upgrade lead. Disruptor comes forward. Clem goes to the EMP there. He misses the Disruptor, but the Disruptor's on cooldown. He target fires it down. Clem, with a small group of units here, is actually still pressuring back Parting and making him bleed resources. Parting's bank, look at it.
There's a 5th command center building, a 4th landed and fully saturated, 3 more barracks going down.
Look at how low his money is.
Dude, it's... He clicks heads. He also builds more guns. It's insane. The thing is, I also love this. He always knows when he should fight, when he should pull back. He scans that bottom base. He says, sweet, you're only on 4 base. I'm even on bases. I'm killing your army. I feel good about this. I know I'm ahead on upgrades still. 3-3's halfway done. I mean, +2 armor kicks in for Parting. It's not enough.
Look at the production tab difference.
Yeah.
Clem's reinforcements here are going to be too much for Parting. Parting, a valiant effort, a great beginning to the game, but Clem is just overwhelming him with sheer production, sheer macro, and some pretty good control as well, just to put some icing on the cake. Ooh. Good split.
Oh my god. Clem here, power overwhelming in game 1. Parting unable to keep up here. And it seems like Little Boy is going to take... Oh, my lord!
Oh, my God. Jumped into my throat right there. That Disruptor could have gotten Parting back into at least holding on, but even if the dust settled and he did hold on, the reinforcement would have killed him anyway. There's just 70 more army supply for the Terran than there was for the Protoss, and I am just continuously impressed by Clem. And there are some people that are probably like, all right, Clem wins again. We get this story. We've read this narrative. But I'm not sick of it, personally.
Nope. Yeah,
as a fan of StarCraft, seeing someone have that much mastery over the mechanics of StarCraft is actually a blessing.
And
let's enjoy it.
Let's be real as well. Mechanics goes hand in hand with understanding and strategy, right? That's like the really cool thing, which sometimes players forget when we talk about mechanics are so good. It's like, yes, but I mean, it's all entwined, right? Your skill set as a StarCraft player, right? The fact that he knows when to push, when to pull back, and the fact that he knew how to tread water and how much he could poke in without overextending, that in itself, that ability to exert pressure while looking for pickoffs where he can, but he never seems to get overexcited and go too deep. Like there's an immense amount of game knowledge and judgment of where he is, where his opponent is in the game to do that.
I think they started game. I think, yeah, I'm in, but I think they started game 2 with without the Brazilian casters, and without, Iskar was not in the lobby.
I can try to message
these naughty
Parting.
boys.
Some casters not in lobby. I'll message Parting at the very start of the game. I will say nothing else. I doubt he gets the message, but it's just a heads up. So if Parting wants to restart, he can.
Obviously, the players have prerogative. It's just sort of an unwritten rule here.
Basically, and if someone's like, oh, that's such a dick move, man. I'm like, I message him in the first 10 seconds of the map. That's it. I already had a chat window open with him. I'm not going to say anything else. If he chooses to ignore it, or more likely he just doesn't see it. I doubt he has his messages popping up in game. That's just the way it is. No worries. Anyways, let's get into this map. I am sorry. I just want to say personally, If anyone's watching the Brazilian, the Portuguese stream, or another one who've been good out, can you guys let them know? They're more than welcome to rebroadcast my channel. I do not mind. I do not mind at all. So please do that, especially since they're another language. Anyways, up here in the top right, in the blue, it's Team Liquid's Clem.
Currently with the advantage in this series. It's a best of 5, though, so plenty of games to come along against this fine gentleman in the bottom left. It is Parting. And it looks like a more regularly timed gateway this time.
Kind of surprised Parting's probe scouting. I get there's a lot of proxy racks right now. I don't think a Clem is a proxy racks guy that much. I mean, he opened up with obviously the oddly positioned barracks in the last game. But yeah, Clem really likes his consistency. And I mean, 2017, I think it was 2018. So 2 years ago, almost to the day, back in Austin, he was pulling out 3 racks versus Showtime. Ended up losing a series, 3 wins for Showtime, right. 2 for Clem. A nail-biter of a series. I remember because I copied his exact build order. I think it was off Dreamcatcher. And I did it for the next year. It's the reason I remember that build so well, because I was like, oh, this build looks really straightforward. And like, you've just got this really like hard, predefined timing attack that I feel like I can probably just kill a lot of noobs with. And yet I've also seen a really good pro player take it to the next step and make it play long games against Showtime. So it's clearly not a bad build order either.
Just a second, Pig. I'm gonna boost the. Okay, so I have.
Am I a little quiet?
Oh no, I got you. Don't do anything.
Okay,
Yep.
you sure?
Okay, there
All
we
right.
go. I just boosted you by 5%. I have like the Go XLR thing, so I have like a fader just for you.
Okay, thank you, mate.
Yeah.
I'll probably shout louder into my mic as the game goes on anyway. So
No,
sorry about that.
It's just for regular volume. I felt like a little bit quiet in my ears versus the game, and someone in chat was just like, oh, you're pretty quiet, so it's fixed up. Anyway, better late than never. Game 2 of the grand final.
Yeah.
Adept.
Every now and then someone brings it up, and it's the end of the day, and I'm like, how did I not see this till now? It's usually not that big an issue if that's the case. Anyways, really good Adept here, but seeing the reactor, you got to go home, Parting. He's got a Stalker here. No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Well,
that's
yeah,
a very early
Stalker
Stalker and Adept.
Adept and the Stalker can actually take the fight against the 2 Hellions, is why Pig mentioned this. The Reaper and the Marine together actually swings things into the Terran's favor, though. Oh, good control from Clem.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So that's
no.
how you do it. I've lost this exact scenario to that set of units. I lost all those units that Clem has alive, and I didn't kill any of the Protoss units when I play against Parting with this situation. Good. Thank you, Clem, for showing me how it's done. Be a god. Notebook has got a note in it. I'll be ready for the next time
Also,
I face Parting on the ladder.
I think Parting's about to get some GSL PTSD here in a second.
He's so dead. Like, there is nothing
Yeah.
he can do. If you throw those... The thing is, this is already such an aggressive opening. If you manage to kill the first 2 Hellions, totally messes up Clem's timing. Get those units alive, even if they're a bit bruised. You just need the damage output at home. We have a Prism and a Stalker. And this is one of the problems that we've seen get abused time and again recently in PvT. Parting, but also Trap as well. Everyone wants to go blink in a Prism without building any defense. And the Terran players have said, enough's enough. You guys are being naughty. These things don't attack. Prisms, blink upgrades, neither of those fight. I will kill all your workers with Hellions. And it's happening over and over again recently.
Oh, and the probes, they're splitting up as well as they can. Parting also using the Prism to save as many probes. They can fit 8 in there, obviously. But this is just crazy damage already, and Clem's only lost 1 Hellion for 11 probes.
Oh, the Reaper's in the natural. What the hell?
What are you doing here? He's got 4 kills, by the way.
Oh my
I
god.
think
Oh, no. Maynard.
Oh,
Maynard.
Pig, I think this might be GG. That's a lot of probe damage right there. 16 probes. All 3 Hellions in the medevac. Yes, they're bruised, but god damn it, have they done work for the Commando.
Now, remember, it looked not quite this bad, but almost this bad versus TY, and then Parting went across the map and won the game.
Yes.
On
yeah,
this
that's true.
exact same
It
map.
was this exact map, yeah.
It was where the comeback started. I don't know if Clem's going to let that happen, though. He's seen that match. He knows the
Parting
Stalkers
also-
are coming.
Also, that was 4 gate, and this is 3. So I don't know if Parting has the production to be able to overwhelm this. He's got a tank up already, a bunker as well.
And this is a
he's on
Clem Hellion.
siege.
It's still killing probes. What the fudge?
Dude, that's not fair, is it?
It's not. Now, remember, we cast a
Alright.
finals about 2 months back where Parting 3-0'd Clem with this Blinkstalker attack, but already this series, this grand final, starting off in a different way. Clem
These tanks are
just
so well protected as well.
yeah. I like the patience. Yeah, get some of the SCVs. Oh, good pullback by Clem. The little details there.
Gets the observer in the main. Obviously, the Warp Prism still offers some high ground vision, so Parting can still jump up there. But does he want to, though, against these two tanks? He's going to go past the bunker. I think that's the right call from Parting to try and get past the bunker, be where the tanks are not.
Be like water. Be like acid water down a Terran's throat.
Yeah, yeah. Be like water from a place where water is not safe to... Be like water from in Cairo, like from the Nile.
Be like
I
that.
know that's the source of water, but if you're a foreigner coming in and you don't have that built-up resistance, Cairo, Nile water will actually destroy you.
Oh, man. The two Stalkers warping into the main went down. They were in range of that siege tank, so only one Stalker left alive there. Parting's trying to make magic happen. He's probing up behind it. I think he can get that tank. He's going to go for it, but does take so many tank shots.
Oh, yeah, and he loses way too many Stalkers for it. Absolutely not worth it for Parting. And Clem gets himself game number 2 off the back of some lovely Hellion harassment, showing TY how it's done. TY, are you watching? Watching these English broadcasters that you can't barely understand? Probably not.
Come on, the power of Soju. Take a big swig. Ready yourself. Steady yourself. It's time to fight back, Parting.
Yeah.
Game
Get those Shabals
3.
out of your system.
No probe scout. Straight Cybercore before Nexus. Straight to an Adept. No scouting till that Adept goes across the map. I want to see Blink. I want to see 4 gateways. And I want to see a little boy bleeding left on the ground of whatever map we're about to do.
Do you know what I want to see? I want to see Parting look up to his big brother Zest and get a fucking Dark Shrine in the corner of the map. You know what I mean? Get a Dark Shrine out
I still
there.
haven't caught up on that series, man. I'm going to watch that tonight, I think.
Just get a Dark Shrine, man.
I've heard there was some
even
great memes this weekend.
Many cloaked units killed many things.
So, yeah, I love that. Like, I woke up to like Ravi's tweet, just like, guys, the reason he's rushing +3 is because it allows Dark Templar to one-hit stemmed Marines. Also,
the
it means
exact
he'll
tweet.
win the base trade faster. And I'm like, what? What happened in this game?
And what I really hate is that Fear Dragon only needs one of those moments to feel like he's completely validated the 999 times that he's wrong.
I did like the other day on the back seat where we got Twitch chat to define his playstyle with a single word. It was like all the people who've been cheesed by cannons and DTs on ladder seemed to be in chat at that moment. They were like, beta, is it cuck style. I'm like, whoa, guys, calm down.
All right, easy, yeah. I actually don't.
so funny.
Like cheesy Protosses, I actually don't mind playing against. It's the ones that are good at macro that I actually struggle against now.
It's the ones that
just
can
know
do
when to
both
expand.
that freak me out as well. Like if they swap
of course.
between, I'm like, no.
I'm so glad at my level they're just one or the other. Like they can't. They don't have the RAM. They don't have the processing speed to actually be good at both those things. Otherwise, they wouldn't be at my league. In the top left here, this is Clem on match points, going for the gas first barracks.
Surely you don't build a tech lab there.
I don't think so.
So this one, second gas. Yeah. Second gas is going to go down this time around. And Parting is looking for... no, he's not really looking for proxies. He's A moved into the main with his probe. So that will go. Take a look-see. Once again, a well-timed gateway. Parting is always very crisp on that gateway timing. Straight into the gas mining. And he's a big fan of Cybercore. Nice and early. So we'll see if he opts for it here.
Keep in mind that Parting is very tired apparently, and also potentially drunk. Clem on the other side. I mean, we are seeing top level StarCraft here. We got a guy that's tired and drunk versus a guy that's just really tired because it's literally 5 a.m. That's the differences we got here. So it's going to be quality, but definitely their best play here.
Yeah, tip top. Nexus does go down after Cybercore. Early Zealot for Parting. Doesn't realize the barracks is so far away. Doesn't actually need that Zealot.
This is exactly what the Terran wants, is to force out that Zealot.
Yeah.
You can send it across the map. It'd be annoying for a low ground expand. You can make lemonade out of your lemons sometimes with that one Zealot, but it's not likely against a player as good as Clem.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the important thing we always talk about is this factory. You need to see the factories at home, or it could be one of these crazy 1-1-1s, right? But once you see the factory, you're expecting a command center out of Clem. But what is running through your head? Well, I'll tell you what's running through Parting's head. It's slow-mo images of Hellions burning his mineral line down. Because guess what? It's a fast factory. You can make a super fast starport. You can make a few Hellions. 3 Hellions and a Reaper, drop in the corner of the main, you lose all your probes again. Parting already has a shield battery in his main. He's very afraid right now.
Yeah. You just imagine Parting with like every night when he closes his eyes, he's just got like a black and white show reel of all the probes dying to Hellions in a super slow motion, like a 200 FPS camera filming his probes just dying slowly over and over again. And he's just got that Mad World song in his head.
No.
As a backtrack as he watches hundreds of probes die to Hellions and Medivacs.
Dude, he can't lose this Stalker. If he loses the Zealot, it's not the end of the world. But as soon as he sees 2 Reapers and a Hellion, he should know. This is the same build he died to against TY. Remember? Where he was winning, he shut it all down, and then 4 Reapers and 4 Hellions just killed everything? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the exact build.
Oh, he gets
Another
one.
game
Gets
where
one.
we're going to see get in one Reaper. Oh, going to do it for the other one. He dives. No,
the
control
Zealot.
from Clem.
The Zealot actually landed way too many hits. Big mistakes here by Clem on the micro. And with the other Stalker coming up, Clem loses that fight quite badly.
Good moves from Parting, good control, and Clem definitely not top shelf control there. His Reapers are going to jet juiced up again with that Hellion still low in hit points. He has to pull SCVs here to fight these Stalkers.
You have my drill and my drill. Yeah, we have phase disruptors. And we're in giant armored mech suits. You guys sure you want to fight us with your drills?
He's like, I'm a 30 kill DT that got brought back into a Stalker. What do you got?
This drill's pretty good for screwing things in. Okay, all right.
All right. Cleans up those Stalkers. Parting maybe over-rallying a little bit here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he needs to use the waistband trick. Things have got to be contained, you know. You don't want to put everything out in public like this.
It's like a
Terran
back in
player.
your socks, mate. Medevac on a micro here. Good control from Clem there in the end with the Medevac. And now he's going to send those few units across the map. It's not 4 Reapers and several Hellions like it was last time for TY.
God.
It is just a couple Marines, a couple Reapers, and a couple Hellions, but he is going to be looking for that probe line.
Chrono your gateways, Parting. Chrono your warp gates and make Stalkers. Make another pylon right now. You need to chrono your gateways. I cannot believe he does not anticipate this drop. Parting! The main base!
Oh, no.
Parting!
He chronos Blink. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Well, shield battery's definitely going to assist, but just like game 2, only for so long, and that Natural's got no shield batteries here. Stalker on its own. KD8 grenades to mess up the probe pathing as well. They're stacked up on the shield battery. There we go. Okay, there is a shield battery on the left side.
Yeah, shield battery does manage to hold on, so he's okay.
Okay. Okay, Clem going to get a few more probes on the way out here. Ended up being a lot more probes than I thought. I thought maybe 4 or 5. I'm like, all right, good defense from Party, but 8. Erring on the side of not great for the Protoss, considering the Terran's got a tank back at home, bunker on the way, no Stalkers to stop it from happening either.
Well, some people have described Parting as many things when they watch his stream. And they go, what am I watching? Well, I'll tell you what. He is a Dementor, guys. And I think we've figured out the Hellion is the Patronus of Terran. There is one thing which seems to just upset Parting in this matchup and make him run away screaming with no workers left in his economy. It seems to be Hellions, man. They are really picking him apart lately.
Just imagine Hellion Burno Patrono. He's ready for that blink, by the way. He's got the tanks already sieged up, the main Marines in between them, covering that ledge. If he blinks in, he's going to lose some Stalkers. The Natural looks honestly a lot wider open than the main does. But that's where Parting wants. He wants to go for the throat.
Yeah. Well, turns out Clem's got teeth. And, oh no.
Oh, no, Parting. That's an overextension for him. He's lost so many Stalkers. Oh, no. Bad start of the counterattack here for the Protoss. Again, the Natural is wider open, but he really wants add-ons. He really wants to crack the main and get critical damage done. But this is just too small of a Stalker count now after making those losses.
Yeah, there was no commitment at the front, like you'd pointed out. But with no observer, right? You know, Parting was just a little behind on the extra things to see where all those units were. And look at that. Clem's even going to sneak Alien and a Reaper out. Go check if there's a third base. I reckon they end up sniping a probe on the way to the third, and Parting's just going to be very upset by that.
He can't get this reactor. That's something, but it's not going to be critical damage. Clem's just going to move that barracks back. He's like, okay, you've halved my Marine production. Congratulations.
Oh,
I'm going to have still 4 tanks.
No Nexus. Oh, man. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, he gets it.
Oh, okay.
Good.
All right. That's all right.
That could have been very frustrating otherwise.
All right. So I like that Parting's trying to split up the Stalkers a little bit here. Maybe try and poke the main while poking the Natural with the Stalkers. We can actually like multitask a little bit. Which Parting we know we absolutely can, but it's really all about getting up this third without the Terran doing something about it.
Third CC now started here at Fort Clem in the Natural. Parting Stalker still roaming around this map. You know, I feel at some point Parting's going to have to be a little bit less obvious with these Stalker attacks. You know, people are so mentally prepared for this. It's been the same thing for several months now. I was going to say,
if you keep doing the same thing over and over again in a matchup, or they know that you're comfortable with it, especially in something like a best of 5, where it's not a best of 3 where you can maybe show it once, but in a best of 5, and you know that they're likely going to do it, they're going to blindly expect it, which Clem seemed to have already, in this game.
So, I mean, Colossus coming out here, good versus Marines, not really the game changer against a Terran player who has a heavy Marauder count and fantastic bio control. So that's kind of what I'm worried about, especially since, remember, he killed the reactor, so the Marine production has been really inconsistent here, so there's not really that many things for the Colossus to kill.
Okay. Heimdall was listening and opened the Bifrost for that Warp Prism, so it went down before the Viking got too many shots off. This army of Clem, like you mentioned, it's got a very Marauder heavy, and there is no charge or anything like that for Parting at the moment. It's just Blink. He hasn't started charge yet. So a Marauder heavy army is a little scary.
This is a scary force. Once again, Clem pushing forward. Siege tanks just balls to the wall, not afraid. I feel like the Colossus could maybe, come in and add some damage. The problem is, actually, he does have extended thermal lance.
Good force field. Might get a tank. Oh, I'll pick up there.
The hottest of pickups. Clem always on point with that. Look at that. Started stepping to the right-hand side. Parting does save a few Stalkers. There's no Immortals in here. There's no Charge Zealots. There's nothing to really clean these tanks up quickly. The tanks are just such a problem for Parting's army.
And the Viking even here to deal with that Warp Prism. A lot of Stalkers from Parting. He comes forward with those tanks. The Stalkers are very deep in the red, though. They're completely shredded by the Marauders. No, Parting's front line is dead. And these Stalkers, the Colossus are all by themselves. That's it.
That's it, man. Clem here are just too good. Turns out Soju, some of us thought it was an elixir that gave great strength and power to Parting. Sometimes it turns out a 16-year-old boy with focus and dedication does win out the day. I say 16, he's like 18,
yeah,
right?
18, but a couple of years off, but we like to believe he's 16 forever. It's one of those dogs that never really gets into a full-grown dog. It's just always a puppy.
He's a teacup Terran.
A teacup Terran, yeah. It's like Polaris' dog, basically.
That thing is so cute. Oh my god, it's so adorable.
It's ridiculous. I was afraid I was going to break it.
Yeah, the thing weighs like 6 grams. It's like holding a pigeon. Like, not even a pigeon. It's like a little sparrow. It's so tiny.
Oh my god. I'm like, its legs are the same size as like my I pick my teeth with after I'm so scared of hurting this thing. The boys have been pulled. That's going to help out with this charge lot. So the Widowmine's going to do some friendly fire damage here. The Zealots are pushing back Clem's army against that tank. The tank's not target firing the Colossus. There we go. Turns and fires that Colossus. And with the second Colossus coming on in, it's pretty healthy. But again, that front line with no charge lots here for Parting anymore. The Colossus deep in the red. They get target fired down. And that third base is cracked wide open. These charge lots coming in for Parting. Can he hold on here? And he is still down. Obviously, there's a big advantage in production for the Terran at the moment.
Even when drunk, even when shouting and going crazy on his stream after being super tired and up all night, Parting still has that championship quality. He fights hard, and even when it's like he messed up a bunch of things in this game, and then he gets behind and he's like fighting his heart out. And the tail end of that, it was like some perfect little zealot flank engagements on the top of the choke point and stuff, and it was like, oh, this is sick. But you're already dead, so it's kind of unfortunate. It's a bit too little too late here for Parting. He was not able to control the early game enough, and I definitely think after the early Stalker trade, it was miraculous that he took out that many Hellions and Reapers. If he just went home and chilled, I think Parting would have been great, but he tried to force the issue. He just could not contain his excitement, and it's the secret to Parting's success. It also makes him look a little bit silly when he overextends like that. So today just was not quite Parting's day in this finals, and now he's stuck running around this map with, he's got an upgrade. He's going for Disruptors, the big old comeback unit. He's going to sneak Zealots down the bottom left. He's trying
the exact same thing
to make a comeback happen. But yeah, it's still a very big long shot for the Protoss player.
I was keeping an eye on that production tab, just going, after this Colossus, I want to see Disruptors from Parting. I think that's his best chance at having a Hail Mary comeback in this game. Because make no mistake, while the game is continuing, every advantage is for the Terrans right now. And we have not seen Clem throw away advantages too often. So it's not looking good for Parting. A very low percentage chance of victory. But the Disruptor, I think, is it.
I think if you go... Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hold that thought. Force fields to try to get out, but the sentries are toast, I think. Prism drop comes in and unloads 3 Zealots, but it does get sniped by the turret. Yeah, I was going to say, I like Disruptors if they're early enough. I actually feel if you've already gone Colossus and forced them into Vikings like this, I actually kind of want like Storm Drop, just because you're playing Clem. I feel like against other players, maybe. And don't get me wrong, like I normally would say Disruptors, but against Clem, I just can't remember the last time he took a bad Disruptor shot. You know, like I feel like it's 1 in 47, and that's in an even game. Like he just doesn't let the balls land. He's so good at micro focus, it's hard.
I remember on Everdream, did he even take any unit losses to a Disruptor? Like maybe he lost a Marina and Marauder, but
no, he just stimmed into it and killed the first Disruptor, and that was like the only one we saw, right? He just killed it. Because he's so good at dodging them, so players always want to get close before they shoot it, so that he doesn't just have an easy time dodging it. But then because of that, half the time he just stims forward and just kills it. Says, no, I'm too close. You waited too long on that shot. There's like this very narrow window where the Disruptor can't be focused down, but can also land a hit. I actually don't even know if there is a window. And this is why often players have to shoot 2 Disruptor shots at a time against Clem just to force a big reaction.
Like that?
Yes. So he just... Oh! Turned around a bit
that one actually
fast.
connected. Ben Clem just doing a great job dodging these Disruptor Novas. That's all. I think one Disruptor still has its shot.
Oh, does actually get a good one. Not bad here. He's doing a really good job. All the shots are on cooldown. One just came off though. Yeah, actually, you know what? The Bio's taking damage, but he wants to keep the 4th alive.
Gets the 4th here, and that's actually something that's going to even up the supplies a little bit because Parting got some great Disruptor Novas. Keep in mind that Clem is on 4 bases, and one of those bases is a planetary, so he's got a very large lead still. But Parting could capitalize on a window in the Terran's production.
You know what? This is actually cool. He's got the Disruptor count up. You know, before I was like, he's dead. And that's what my commentary was. I wasn't trying to ham it up, but right now, every Disruptor survived that fight. Losing a 4th was not that big a deal. Like, if he lost the Disruptors and the Stalkers, those are the valuable units, but he still got them. He can shut down drops and harass. He's got great splash damage. That count is growing. The scary thing is range Liberators. But you know what? Range hasn't been made. I think there's only 1 starport in this game. No, there is 2. Liberator production starting up, but still no Fusion Core just yet. I mean, I believe, Maynard, I think there's a chance. There's a pretty good one.
What I love about Clem right now, and something that I wish I remember to do, is to just after, like whenever there's a moment to breathe, he breaks off a couple of units and just looks for bases. So he's just making sure that the Protoss is on as many bases as he thinks, and he's even checking corner bases, like just doing absolutely everything he can. Scans, EMP is the observer and takes it down, by the way, but scans and sees that the ball of Parting is on the move, and it is so Disruptor heavy. Where is that Fusion Core for Clem?
Yeah, the Libs aren't really here yet, and he's out in the middle of the map. Stalkers need to rotate to the right-hand side of this fight. Oh, wow, a flank on the bottom left.
Oh my god, splits absolutely everywhere for Clem's army. Disruptor's going absolutely everywhere on the Terran force, but there's so many of the Marauders are alive.
Oh my
lord. Now he's diving for the balls.
Oh my lord. I mean,
that
some people...
was ridiculous.
That was so insane. He was just dodged 5 Disruptor shots at a time. The Disruptors are just coming off cooldown, but they're getting sniped as it happens. Oh man, Clem's micro is just out of this world.
This Disruptor Nova is going to be nice there. He doesn't want to over-stim his units and stim them every single Disruptor Nova. The Liberators are here, giving his bio a little bit of room as well, so he can pick off that 4th Nexus one more time. And of course, he can just cycle to the south and get a free Nexus kill, or try and go for the throat. And it looks like Clem just wants to try and end this game right here.
8 DTs just warped in. It's desperation, Dark Templar time. When behind Dark Shrine, that's what they say.
I like it.
It's not a bad idea. Try to split them into the bases, maybe snipe a command center. The Disruptors are trying to hold this ramp. Another EMP to take down an Observer. He's so methodical about that. And those DTs are about to come in. The Liberator's crawling forward. Clem's going to lift into the main base.
Oh no, he's got a Widowmine and also a turret over the space, so the DTs actually take a bit of splash damage there. They're starting to hack and slash it on those SCVs, but the main thing is that Clem, like you mentioned, is in the main, and this is where all the tech is for Parting for the most part, apart from his tier 3 robotics tech.
All the DTs have gone down on the other side of the map. So the DT counterattack is over. It denied a base, got 13 SCVs. Clem is still large and in charge in this game. Parting says, please get the hell out of my base. He's trying to push him back, but I think he needs another Disruptor shot to get these Marauders out of here.
Well, unfortunately, did not clean up the Terran on his side, and the DT counterattack, not as solid as we thought. A little flaccid in the end, actually. A little soft to the touch. And Clem gets a 3-0 clean sweep in the grand finals. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually did not drop a map this tournament.
Oh, that's just, yeah, standard day for Clem.
Standard, yeah.
He like loses a map. He's just like spitting on the ground in disgust. He's like, ah! I lost the map. I really need to go.
His father walks up behind him and slaps him in the back of the head. He's like, Kiska, fuck.
he hits him with a baguette. It's like an old baguette. He just like fucking beats him with it. He's like, hey, represent France with pride. But he wins. Clem once again proves that he is, ready. Even at 6, 7 in the morning, France time, comes over, wins back-to-back EPT America Weeklies, proves that he indeed is strong. He's large. He's in charge. And 3-0 parting. That ain't no small feat. Hot damn.